Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. So this video basically came to life because of a Target trip that I had yesterday. Well, no, it actually came to life because of TikTok, which then inspired me to have a Target trip because that's just how it goes. So today I'm going to be showing you guys 4 perfumes that I found from Target. And so obviously these are very affordable. All of them are under $20. But I feel like the main star of the show, the main reason why I wanted to film this video is because of that TikTok that I just told you guys about. I saw this TikTok and this girl was showing these fragrances and they were from the brand Kristen ESS. Now, obviously, I feel like if you shop at Target, you already know about like the Solinotes perfumes, you know about the Mixbar perfumes, and just some of like their generic perfumes that they basically always have. But I had never heard that Kristen ESS had perfumes. Kristen ESS is like a hair care brand. So I saw this TikTok and she was showing, it was basically 2 fragrances and they came in this little like ornament looking packaging. So it's obviously for the holidays. It's meant to be like a little gift, cute, like you can hang it. Oh my god, if somebody takes a shot every time I drop something in my videos, I think you would be at the hospital. Anyways, so it's supposed to be like a little, I don't know, stocking stuffer, a little cute little gift, and these are like limited editions. I have no idea if they were available before the holidays at Target. I don't think so, and it's only available in this little travel size packaging. No idea if you could get this in full size, but I'm going to share with you guys the 2 perfumes. So I actually do not have the other one. The other one looks like this. It's in like a little teal packaging, but the notes of that one didn't really excite me. It was kind of like, it said coconut, and it seemed to be more of like a coconut, beachy, fresh kind of fragrance. It says, discover the cool notes of coconut water, transparent water lily, ISOE Super, sheer blonde wood, Palo Santo, and Ambroxan. So I was actually kind of wrong because there's coconut water in it, which doesn't completely translate to coconut. And then I feel like the other notes are actually really good. So I think maybe I will go and pick it up because I'm actually going through the notes right now and I'm realizing it actually sounds really good. It also is giving off very much unisex vibes because of like the sheer blonde wood, Palo Santo, Ambroxan, ISOE Super. I can just feel like it will smell very fresh, and the Ambroxan and everything, I feel like it's like that really unisex fresh woody scent. Basically their fragrances smell like their hair care. So this is Milky Santal. This specific fragrance is found in the Kristen ESS Curl collection. So if you're a person that uses those products and you love how they smell, then they actually have a perfume of it, which is really nice. And the green one is found in the Hair Scalp collection. I have used Kristen ESS products, hair products in the past. I think I've used this shampoo. I can't remember right now. So when I'm editing this video, I will try to find the shampoo that I used to use. And the smell of it was really, really nice. And it seems like neither of these 2 fragrances are part of that collection. Obviously, I don't use the Curl collection because this is my natural hair texture, is just straight. And I also have not used their Scalp collection. But I was really, really interested because the name kind of drew my attention. This one is Milky Santal, as I said. So I was kind of expecting this one to maybe be a little like creamy, milky, sweet. This is $10, but the only thing is this is all you're getting. It's a 0.33 fluid ounce bottle, so very small. It's basically like a little tester. It's even smaller than like a little tester, but I guess it is $10, so I guess that kind of makes up for it. This one says, discover the comfort notes of transparent jasmine, bourbon vanilla, blonde tobacco, sandalwood cream, and ambrette seed. It seems like it would be a very woody, it has that vanilla bourbon, the sandalwood, blonde tobacco. It's kind of like a dark, woody scent, and just based off of those notes, I was expecting to get a very, very unisex, like masculine vibe out of this fragrance, and it really does give me that vibe. This wouldn't be categorized like the most feminine fragrance in the world, but I think this smells really, really nice. It smells very high-end. I'm just gonna say that straight up. It smells super luxurious. It smells like a fragrance that you would find in like a Nordstrom or something. It has that vanilla bourbon The jasmine you could kind of smell in here. The blonde tobacco I don't really smell. I think it's maybe helping this kind of smell masculine, but it's not really like a specific note that you can smell out of this. Normally with those kinds of notes, they lean very smoky on my skin, and I'm not a fan of that at all because it makes me smell like I just smoked a cigarette or something, like I was just surrounded by smoke. I just don't really like that sort of scent. I'm not a fan at all. I steer clear of fragrances that are super smoky because something about my skin makes them even more smoky. So I was kind of scared of that, but this one does not lean smoky at all. It just kind of maybe helps elevate this a little bit more because it is a very, I guess, luxurious note. I mean, you're not going to see tobacco, blonde tobacco in a lot of like cheaper fragrances, so it really elevates this fragrance. And then the sandalwood cream as well kind of makes this a little bit woody, and it kind of makes it a little creamy. Like, it's not super airy and fresh. I mean, I would categorize this as a fresh scent overall, but it has a lot of depth to it and just a lot of character to it. This is a very complex scent. It's not like a basic little scent that you picked up at Target that was $10 and like whatever. No, this smells rich. The TikToker that I saw this from is Smith X, and she basically kind of described this as smelling kind of like that Abercrombie scent, and that is so spot on to this. She also said it smells a little bit like giving you like that Baccarat vibe. I feel like I definitely get that, but it's very slight. Baccarat gives you like that really medicinal, kind of polarizing, like you either love it or hate it. And this one doesn't have that super medicinal smell, but literally what she said about it smelling like Abercrombie is very spot on. If you've ever walked into an Abercrombie store, that scent that you're just kind of hit with as soon as you walk into their stores, it's like that very sexy, manly scent. So this very much gives off that like masculine, sexy vibe, kind of like mahogany teakwood vibe, which also smells like Abercrombie. So if you're into that, you would really like this. As I said, this is not going to be the most super vanilla girly girl type scent. This has a lot more going on to it, but if you are a person that likes this sort of scent and you will really like it, or if you know somebody in your life that would appreciate a scent like this, it smells very high end. I wish this came in a bigger bottle. I think a lot of people would really love this. I love woodsy scents that have a little bit of depth to them, and even scents that are a little bit unisex, and I think that they do really well on my skin. Personally, I really like this one. Is it gonna be like a daily thing for me? Probably not, so I'm not too mad that I only have this little version. But I think if you're really into this, like, this is really good, and it actually stayed on me for a very decent amount of time. I sprayed it once as soon as I came out of that Target store, and I could not stop smelling my hand like throughout the entire day. It stayed on my wrist, didn't budge, and yeah, so I would highly recommend these. At least go try them because you can't go wrong for $10, and also they're a great gift for the holidays. Then I picked up 2 perfumes from Solinotes. So I've actually never mentioned this on my channel, and it was something that I was really never going to share, but I guess I'm going to share it right now. I actually used to work at Target. I quit Target, and I'm not going to say anything beyond that because so I'm very familiar with obviously the merchandise because I dealt with it. I worked in the beauty department, so I was stocking that area every day, and I was very familiar with the products and all of that, and I was very familiar with the brand of Solinotes because I basically always walked by that area. I used to always spray them on me when I was working, and I used to always get so many compliments on those scents from customers. I would spray it on me and people would be like, oh my god, it smells so good. And it was always one specific scent that had that kind of reaction amongst people. And the reason why I never actually bought those scents is because I was so used to wearing them at work, and they were kind of just like scents that reminded me of work, and that's why I never bought them. I don't know if that's weird, but I have a very sensitive nose, and I associate smells to certain memories or places and all of that. Like, I'm very much that kind of person. And so when I was working there, I used to use all these perfumes so much that I'm like, I'm never gonna buy these. So the scent that I used to always spray when I worked there, that I used to always get compliments on, and I finally went there the other day and I finally picked it up along with another scent, but this is the vanille I think it's vanille. It's just the vanilla one. Solinotes is basically a brand where they're composed of one note, but they're actually not. This specific one actually is composed of only one note, which is vanille. So it just has the sense of vanilla in it and nothing else in here. But they're basically designed around one specific note, and then there is other notes to kind of add on to that scent. But the star of the show will be like whatever note that you get. And they're basically meant to kind of mix with each other and create your own custom scent, which I find really cool because you can smell really, really unique and just end up curating like your own personal everyday signature scent. You can mix your favorite notes, or you could just wear one, whatever you want, or you could mix it with all your other perfumes. But I love this scent. I used to love it when I worked there. Everybody used to love this. As soon as you would spray this on, whether I sprayed it on, whether it was a customer that was in that area and they would spray it on, everyone would almost like flock to that area and they'd be like, it smells so good. This is very true, like literal vanilla, like vanilla extract. This is for a true vanilla lover because this is just that. Like there's nothing else in it. It's a very gourmand type of vanilla. It's very creamy. If you were baking cookies and let's say you're like working on your dough and you add that splash of vanilla extracts in there and then you mix it and you get that whiff of like that really strong vanilla extract, super sweet scent, that's exactly what this smells like. It's more so on the gourmand side. This doesn't really smell like a perfumey vanilla scent. It's just like vanilla extract, but let's make it a perfume. It turns so nice on the skin. There's nothing screechy. I just inhaled it. I have this problem with vanilla as much as I love it. Like vanilla is on my top favorite notes, but I have this problem with it sometimes. I don't know if any of you guys can relate with this, and I don't really know how to describe this very well, but sometimes vanilla can smell really screechy and it almost kind of smells like it has turned bad. Like, you know, if you have a perfume for a long time and it's a vanilla perfume, it kind of turns this really weird, very pungent, it just like punches you in the nose type of vanilla, and that kind of vanilla I don't like. But this one is so soft and so sweet, but very much strong. Like this will fill up an entire room. It has amazing projection. As I said, people used to go crazy over this stuff and you will just smell like freshly baked cookies. Like this is that type of vanilla. It doesn't turn weird on your skin like sometimes vanilla can kind of do. The perfect perfume to layer with because it's such a basic fragrance. Obviously there's one note to this. So let's say you have a perfume in your collection, you don't really love it, or it's like too fresh for you, it's not too sweet for you, and you're like, oh, I wish this was just a little bit more sweet, I wish this was a little bit more vanilla. Just mix this in there. I can't believe I didn't buy this just because it reminded me of work, but now that I'm like out of that and I smell it, I feel like I don't really get that vibe anymore, which I'm really glad with, because sometimes memories will stick with me and I'll smell a perfume, and even if I really love the perfume, just because of the memory, I'm like, I don't want to smell that. But this specific one, for some reason, the memory is gone out of this, so I don't feel like I smell Target every time I smell this, which is good. And then the other Solinotes perfume that I got is Jasmine. So I have stated many times on my channel that I am not a floral lover. I mean, there's florals that I do like, I can get on with, whatever. It depends on the perfume, it depends on the formulation. But one of my favorite florals that I can almost always detect in fragrances just happens to be jasmine. I don't know what it is. I love jasmine. I think it's such a beautiful scent. There's a lot of florals that for me just don't do well with my chemistry. I find jasmine to be like the ultimate most sexy floral, and I don't find many florals super sexy. It's so feminine, and I think jasmine is a type of note that does very well on my skin chemistry. I think the perfume that I really fell in love with jasmine in was Alien, because Alien is such a unique scent, but it has a heck of a lot of jasmine in it. It's like basically a jasmine perfume, but it's like the most unique way that you have ever smelled jasmine, the most sexy way you have ever smelled jasmine. Now, this one, although obviously it's just jasmine and it's curated to be around this one scent, there's actually more than jasmine in the notes. There's top notes of white flowers, bergamot, and spicy notes, middle notes of jasmine, sambac, lily of the valley, and freesia, and base notes of cedar, amber, and musk. So there's a little bit more than just jasmine, but when you smell it, all you really get is the jasmine. I will admit, it has like that little bit of like a bug spray smell. Maybe that's just because it's like so strictly jasmine that I think it needs to be mixed into something to create a little bit more of a complex high-end perfume scent, because this is just so simple. But there's something about this scent that just puts me in such a happy state. It makes me think of like the springtime. It makes me think of just walking through a field of fresh flowers. For some reason, on the Fragrantica website, one of the perfumes that this is compared to is Alien. No, I think it's only compared to Alien just because of the jasmine similarity, but the jasmine in this is so simple and the jasmine in Alien is so complex. So, I mean, does it smell like Alien? No, but it has jasmine in it, and Alien also has jasmine. So, like, the notes kind of smell similar, but it doesn't smell like the perfume, if that makes any sense. This does not smell like Alien. This is super light. Alien is super strong and literally punches you in the face. This doesn't have crazy projection. It's a very skin intimate type of scent that you'd need to be up close to smell, where I feel like vanilla has really, really good projection and you could fill up a room. This one is more so the scent that you just kind of spray on fresh out the shower. Skin scent, it becomes one with you. I mainly got this for layering because for me this is just so basic and so like just jasmine that I feel like I wouldn't wear this just by itself, but I think just to add a little bit of that jasmine touch that I love to any perfume that I feel like lacks that will come in clutch. Alright, and then the very last fragrance, I finally bit the bullet and I bought this. So I have the exact same reason for why I didn't buy this for a long time and why I didn't really buy any from this brand for a long time. Because I worked at Target and I didn't want to smell like this because I smell these fragrances every single day. And it's not like Target has like a huge selection of fragrances, you know, you only get like pretty much Solinotes and then Mixbar and Pacifica kind of, but like that's it. I finally got vanilla bourbon from Mixbar. I remember so vividly the day that we got truck and I was going through all the boxes to put on the floor and I saw this brand and I was like, what is this? And I immediately purchased Cloud Musk because as I was going through everything, I sprayed this and I was like, that smells so good. And it was just like, it was so new and exciting. Cloud Musk is amazing. Cloud Musk smells like a $300 perfume. It's such a like rich scent. It honestly kind of reminds me of this. It gives very much like that unisex vibe, but this one's a little bit more feminine. It's really, really pretty. It has like a little bit more of like a sweet touch to it. It's not just like a super unisex, like masculine Abercrombie type of scent, but it still has like that musky in a really good way, kind of woody type of scent. This is a really nice scent. I really like this. I only have it in the body mist, which I'm fine with. I'm not like that obsessed with that I feel like I need the perfume because I can work with this. And the other scents, to be completely honest, I don't really like. I'm not a huge fan of Burberry Tonic, although to be fair, I've only smelled it like a couple times and I just decided right then and there that I didn't like it, so maybe I just haven't given it the chance. Coconut Palm is pretty good, but again, I'm not like a huge fan of coconut scents, so that's why I never really bought it. And then Wood Elixir just was really patchouli like on my skin and it turned very like vintage, so I didn't really like it just because of how it turned on my skin. But then we have vanilla bourbon, and for the longest time I didn't pick it up. I liked it, but like I wasn't crazy about it enough to buy it until I finally bought it. So vanilla bourbon has Madagascar vanilla, oak, black pepper, jasmine, and apple blossom. Now, I'm really a big fan of all of those notes. I really like the scent of Madagascar vanilla. Madagascar vanilla is a lot more elevated than like your typical vanilla, like this type of scent. This one smells very, it's not like super mature. The Madagascar is more so like grown woman vanilla. You know, you still love that like sweet girly girl type scent, but make it sexy and elevated, and vanilla bourbon really gives off that vibe. It feels very much high-end. It's actually compared to a lot of high-end fragrances. One of the ones that come up when I search this on Fragrantica is Vanilla 28 from Kayali, which if you saw that video of me reviewing the Kayali Vanilla 28, you saw that I do not like it. There was something really polarizing and almost grandma vibe. I said that it smelled like church. I was not a fan. I know a lot of you are, but that was just my opinion. I did not enjoy that scent, so I did end up returning it. But this one doesn't really give me that vibe. Like, I like this one a lot more than Vanilla 28. It doesn't have those like super florals that really interfere with the vanilla. Vanilla 28 to my nose smelled like a scent that had gone bad or something. Like, I know I'm gonna be ripped to shreds because so many of you love that scent. And this one is so well curated. The notes are so well blended that it's almost like you can't really detect any specific notes. I am seeing that another perfume that this reminds people of on Fragrantica is Flower Bomb from Viktor and Rolf. And I wouldn't have ever really made that connection on my own, but after seeing that, that is actually a perfume that I think this smells similar to. It's a lot more like leaning on that vanilla, whereas Flower Bomb has a little bit more florals. It's still really pretty and kind of like girly girl sweet, like your typical generic sweet scent. This one is even better. Again, there's something about this. I'm so mad that I never really gave this the chance, because after smelling it now, I really like this. This does smell very similar to Bonfire Bash from Bath & Body Works and Sweet Whiskey. And this also reminds me a lot of Bare Vanilla from Victoria's Secret. It has like that little bit of smoky scent, but just enough, like barely enough to where it makes this sexy and not like you just smoked like 35 cigarettes all in a row. It's very sweet and cozy, yet very, very sexy and feminine. There's something really, really seductive and almost like dark and sensual about this scent. And I just have a feeling this would be like a super highly complimented scent. I think this is like one of the favorites amongst the Mixbar line. And this is definitely my personal favorite. So I'm really glad that I finally picked this up. I know a lot of you guys have actually commented for me to try perfumes from this brand because a lot of you guys like them. So that is it for today's video. I really just wanted to put this out just so that I could share these few. I know there wasn't that many fragrances, but honestly, I really just wanted to show you guys that Kristen ESS perfume just in case you wanted to get it for yourself or for somebody for the holidays because it's in this like cute little packaging. But I also think it's really, really worth the money, even though it is only 10 bucks, because I think you're getting a very high-end fragrance for a very, very small price. So I definitely wanted to share that in case you guys didn't know. Now you know, and now you can run to Target and smell it. And please let me know if you had any idea about this fragrance or if you like just heard it from my video today. And if you're interested in the scents and if you actually go and smell them, let me know how you like them. I'm really interested now in smelling the coconut one. I hope you guys like this video. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already and turn your post notifications on so you can be notified when I post next. But that is it for me today. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!